Hey guys, Caesar here from Strength Youth Therapy, your fitness and therapy experts. And today, we're actually going to be talking about an injury that I've been experiencing for the last couple of months. It's actually called ulnar displacement injury or an ulnar dislocation. So your ulnar nerve actually goes from your neck, underneath your brachial plexus, into your elbow, down into your hands. So what this nerve does is it actually supplies movement to your forearms, your hands, and your last two digits right in through here. It also provides sensation to that area of the hand and the forearm and the last two fingers as well. This injury actually occurs when I'm actually doing a bicep curl, when I'm doing a tricep extension, or when I'm doing a shoulder press. This injury actually feels like a snapping sensation right in my ulnar nerve. So what happens is when I extend my arm, my tricep tendon starts to snap, irritating my ulnar nerve. And what happens when it does that is it sends a zinging or a shooting sensation in these last 3 or 2 digits of my fingers, causing a lot of irritation, causing me to want to drop the weight, causing a lot of weakness as well. The majority of the people that get this kind of injury are usually people who work with their hands constantly, like myself, I'm a therapist, or people who work out a lot and have big biceps and big triceps like I do as well. So something that we do for this kind of injury, we do a lot of soft tissue therapy for it. We like to release the muscles of the bicep, the muscles of the tricep, and we also like to release the muscles of the common flexor tendon. Let me show you a few ways to do that. I'm gonna show you a few simple releases that you can do at home with a simple lacrosse ball. The first one is a tricep release. So what you wanna do is I like putting it right on the tendon. You can actually work your way up towards the muscle belly as well and work your way up that tricep. I find that the majority of my issues are right around the tendon area, so right at the bottom of the elbow. So I like to put the ball right in through there. So what you wanna do is you wanna just keep the ball there, try to keep it stationary, eventually also slide it up and kind of bring your arm into full extension. If that's a little too tough for you, what you can do is just keep it stationary, like I said earlier, and just keep your arm bent and just move it all the way down. Another release you can do is something that we call frictions. So it's basically just you having the ball. Again, I like to do it right at the tendon area. So literally what you're doing is you're just applying pressure and you're just kneading it back and forth. I guarantee you it's gonna hurt like a mother. Back and forth. You may hear a lot of crunching. That crunching is okay. So this next release is actually for the forearm flexor. So what you wanna do, pretty simple. You wanna put the ball right in your elbow joint, right in through here. You want to flex your arm all the way up. And again, you want to apply a little bit of pressure and you want to extend your arm all the way down. Keep that wrist flexed. Once you get to that full extension, you're going to extend your wrists and extend your fingers. So let me show you that movement again. So again, pressure on the ball, ball's on the elbow joint. We're flexed, wrist is flexed, fingers are flexed. We're extending all the way at the elbow joint. We're extending at the wrist joint, then we're extending at the fingers. Last release I want to show you is pretty simple. It's for the bicep. Again, just put it where it's bothering you the most. I like it right by the tendon, so I put it right at the bottom of the bicep. So you want to flex your bicep, and you want to release it by extending the bicep as well. We're starting from here, bringing it all the way down, extending at the wrists and extending at the fingers. So you're at the gym, you can use a straight bar as well. My issue is mainly at the tendon, so I like it right at the tendon. You can put the pressure of the bar right at the elbow, right in through here, and extend your elbow all the way. You can also use the bar to release a lot of your forearm flexors. So what I would do is I would put my forearm flexors on my elbow joint right on the edge of this bar. Again, flexing at the wrist, flexing at the elbow joint. You want to extend all the way. Extend at the wrist and extend at the hand. So typically when I want to release the bicep, I want to find areas that are obviously tight, areas that have the most adhesions, most trigger points, so on and so forth. He's got the same issue as I do, so a lot of his issues are right by the tendon. We like to use a technique called passive release techniques. So typically if the muscle's in a little bit of pain, if it's too much, if there's a lot of tension going on, we like to release it on our own passively. So we're just gonna get him to extend his elbow all the way down. Normally you would do 3 to 5 passes, but I do as many passes until I finally feel the muscle starting to give in a little bit. We do a lot of muscle stripping as well. He's got some pretty big biceps, so I can actually get in there with my knuckles. So muscle stripping is also a great way to relieve a lot of muscle tension, relieve a lot of adhesions and so on and so forth, get rid of some trigger points. Just relax. So again, we're just gonna passively release it again. Not the greatest feeling in the world, but it does work wonders. We like to strip out the forearm flexors as well. So typically we'll just go in there. So it's a pretty specific area. This is usually where it starts to snap and it starts to send, it snaps and then it starts to compress on that nerve here. So to kind of diminish some of that snapping, we do a technique called friction. So literally you find the tendon with all the scar tissue adhesions and we just go back and forth. We just break down all the muscle tension, all the adhesions that he's developed throughout the years and try to free up that nerve. After you feel it release a little more, then we go back into the passive release techniques and release that muscle even more. Last but not least, the tricep. Flip over into your stomach. So we pretty much use the same techniques for the tricep. We like to go in there and strip the tendon with our thumbs. Again, I like stripping with my thumbs just because I get a better feel for it. It's a little more specific to the area that needs that stripping, especially right in through here. You can strip with our knuckles as well. Got a very big tricep, so we can kind of get in there with our entire knuckle. And again, we like to do passive release techniques. So I'll again anchor his tendon. I'm gonna get him to extend at the elbow. Can you extend your arm for me all the way? Good. 2, 3, all the way, good. One more. Perfect. Typically with a neurological issue, that usually tells me that this issue's been an ongoing thing. Like this has been going on for at least 3 months. Like I said, a lot of these issues occur when we use our arms a lot, when you're in the gym, you do a lot of pressing motions, you do a lot of extensions, so on and so forth. So this is an overuse injury, something that's been developing for a long time. The best way to get rid of overuse injuries, manual soft tissue therapy. Break down the scar tissue, break down the adhesions, break down the trigger points in that area to prevent it from snapping as much as it normally does. Anytime you get somebody coming in there and putting those electrode pads on you, an ultrasound really is not going to do anything for you, especially for chronic conditions. Like I said, best thing you can do is soft tissue therapy. If you need more information on this issue, if this is something that you're experiencing as well, please hit us up. We're at Strength U Fitness and Therapy at Scarborough, Mississauga. Again, I'm Caesar, Clinical Director of Strength U Fitness and Therapy. Hope to see you soon.